Welcome to the March edition of Ross's Corner. March had a different sense of madness this year. Okay, well, I suppose every year brings its own definition. Although 70 degrees in one day in northern Michigan, followed by the worst wet snowfall at 6 inches of yuck. Best way to describe the weekend that left me confused between flip-flops and shorts, or busting back out the big boots. Kudos to all of you that got to spend some extra time out in the slopes, though, and enough of that, so let's get on track here. This month, we're diving into secure file storage, hidden malware detection, data breach prevention, ransomware damage control, device organization, and complexities of AI in the workplace. I know, Ross, that seems like a lot. But we're only going to hit on a few of those topics in this video, and make sure you check out the newsletter for more. We're going to focus specifically on two topics close to my heart, and hopefully yours too: secure file storage and 10 steps to prevent a data breach. First off, let's talk secure file storage. What is it? Secure file storage protects your files and it prevents others from accessing your files or altering them in any way. Some of the ways we do this is on the machine level, using cool tools like Microsoft BitLocker or File Vault if you're a Mac user. This means if your machine malfunctions, parts get replaced, or the drive is physically removed, a lovely long password key is required to get access. Yes, these can be forced, but they do require some work. Some of the other ways we ensure secure file storage is limiting access to who we share files with, and when we use things like OneDrive or adding expirations for shares. On the back end, if you're using local file shares, we limit access based on read and write privileges. Some people may only need to view or read, while others may need to edit, such as write. So what can you do to make your storage safer? Password protect those documents. Turn on multi-factor authentication everywhere. Encrypt your files and make sure your software is up to date. Please, for all that is good, make sure you're using complex passwords that only your password manager can remember. And by password manager, we're talking about Keeper Security or a similar dedicated app, not your spouse or your coworkers. And on that note, so let's talk about the 10 steps to prevent a data breach. And remember, folks, we only use the term breach for educational purposes. Otherwise, let's call them unhappy incidents. So, what is an unhappy incident? This is where someone steals your information, names, emails, credit cards, employee records, client records, essentially any form of digital robbery. Why should you care? Ross, you talk about this a lot. Just shut up already. But seriously, these unhappy incidents are terrible things. They cost you money. You lose the trust of your clients, customers. You can be fined. No matter how you look at it, there really isn't a positive outcome unless you want to retire early without much to offer. What do? How do we stop this? Well, we can only mitigate the risk. There's no absolutes. But in order to do this, this is the recipe. First, use strong passwords. Don't worry, I'll probably say that a few more times for the people behind you to hear it from this video. 2, update your software. Like Windows 10, it's ending in October. So if you're not on Windows 11 by then, well, open the door, let a nice person in that's wearing a hoodie with a laptop, give them your credit card, and away you go. So, 3, train your employees. Well, yes, your primary goal is to get them up to snuff with the regular duties, but safe usage is a shared responsibility. And unfortunately, this isn't a curriculum in high school or college. Security awareness training keeps them on the lookout for what not to do in order to keep your organization safe. 4, use that encryption we talked about. Don't know how? Talk to us. We'll help you get it rolling if it's not already locked down. And if you're working with us, we likely already have that box checked. 5, limit access to data. Yes, I know, you worked with Shirley for 10 years. You just keep everything in one big file. But that means Shirley's actions could cause you to lose all of those historical bank statements. Does she really need access to that information? Is it imperative to her role? She doesn't do any accounting? The answer is no. 6, create backups of your data. OneDrive alone is not a backup. Making a second folder in your documents and keeping copies there is also not a backup. 7, use a firewall. These block the bad things from getting inside, at least on a forceful attack. 8. Be careful with those emails. Almost every data breach starts with a trick email. Those darn Nigerian princes. But this directly ties to the importance in step 3 and what types of things your team needs to be trained for that can prevent these unhappy incidents. 9. Protect your Wi-Fi. Strong passwords and hidden networks, while they may make it more, let's say, annoying to get connected, these little steps help ensure that the ability to manipulate your network access is further limited. Finally, drum roll please. 10. Have a plan. Prepare a plan. If, in case of an unhappy incident, you know who to contact, what you should do, the next steps. Fast action is needed. And even with good plans, these unhappy incidents can still happen. And if one does take action, inform your clients or customers quickly and make sure you fix the problem that led to the incident. Learning from your mistakes make you better. So with that said, I look forward to seeing what April unfolds, and make sure to come by Meet Tequila in Petoskey April 24th for what should be a very fun business after hours with some great networking and some really good food. And if you have any questions or anything you'd like to learn more about, don't hesitate to reach out. And thanks for hanging out for another installment of Ross's Corner.